Guys, I want to interrupt you for a second. Breaking news. Tom Brady has just announced his retirement on his Instagram. So in a series of slides on Instagram, let me read just a little bit of what he said. He said, "This is difficult for me to write, but here it goes. I am not going to make that competitive commitment anymore. I have loved my NFL career, and now it is time to focus my time and energy on other things that require my attention." So this just happened. Skip, Shannon, your reaction. It is official.
Okay, now I can say that a high-placed Buck source, high-placed, told me last night about 7 o'clock this time, 10 o'clock Eastern, it's over. That's what he said.
Wow.
And so I thought that was where we were heading. So I'm not surprised. I'm relieved for us.
I'm sad now.
Are you sad?
Yeah,
really?
Yeah, I'm sad, man. I mean,
you're crying over Tom Brady?
Because, you know what, Skip? Because I didn't want the man to go out like this. I wanted someone to, he's like, I can't take the punishment anymore.
To force him out?
It was he's like, he doesn't want to put forth the effort. And John said, talking to John, he said that's one of the reasons, Skip. It's a commitment. It's a commitment like any other positions commit. But to play quarterback at that level, having been around one for 7 years, and the commitment that it requires, not just physically, but mentally, emotionally, psychologically, for Tom to you know what, I'm happy for him. I mean, look, I criticized him when I thought when I thought the criticism was justified, but there's no denying what he is. But I just wish, you know what, a part of me wished Giselle was like, baby, just go play one more year.
Okay.
Go play one more year, Skip. I really do, man. I really do.
Okay. I've been saying that for weeks. The reason this has torn me up, I'm relieved for him because I'm just glad he's got some clarification. We got some finality now where it's not one day after another. He will, he won't, as he said last night on the podcast. You know, when I know, I'll know. When I don't know, I don't know. And to your point, you keep getting up. And so I guess he just got up this morning and said, you know what? I know.
Skip.
Okay.
What did he say in that podcast last week? And I said, Skip, if all the things that he said, he said one word we had never, ever heard him utter in 21 previous years, satisfied.
It was all past tense. He was all looking back. He was proud and satisfied of what happened. You're proud of a loss? He played very well down the stretch. What we accomplished?
Yes. Because normally, Skip, he's always talking about, he's always looking in the distance. He climbed one hill. He climbed one mountain. Okay, I'm looking for the next one. I'm looking for the next thing to accomplish. So we thought, okay, 5. He wanted 6. Yep. He got 6. He wanted 7. We just naturally assumed, okay, he came up short this year from 8. Okay, I'm going to go back and get 8. We're right. I mean, we're close. I mean, we had an opportunity. We were down by 24 points. We came back, made it a ball game. Who knows? If we go into overtime, maybe the situation is different. But Skip, when I heard him say satisfied, I had never, ever heard this man use that word because, as I said, he has an unquenchable thirst for competition, for winning. And he said, I'm satisfied with what we did this year. I said, oh, man, he done. We came out, I said, oh, Skip, no. That man don't talk intense like that. Satisfied?
Yep.
It's satisfying to go out there and play at an elite level. He said ED.
Okay, I'm going to say this one last time, right here, right now. I went into deep personal detail about this in my podcast, but this is just me. I can't live his life for him.
Right.
I don't think this is the right decision. That's just me. From a distance, I don't know Tom Brady. You know him a little bit. He said some nice things about us.
Yeah.
But this is just me. From a distance, I think he'll regret this. I think it's going to be a hard ride for him. And he has said publicly, I think I'll need some counseling to get through
Skip,
this.
It was always going to be a hard ride for him because when you compete at this level, at this high level for so long, what is the comparable in any other? What's comparable? So what can he do comparable in, let's just say, Skip, the business world that's comparable? Skip, there is no competition. That's what a lot of guys suffer from. Not just in football, basketball, baseball, whatever the sport may be, tennis, because Skip, he's been playing probably since he was like 8 or 9 years old. So for the better part of 35, so almost as long as he's been an adult, he's been in the NFL. And now you're going to take that away. It ain't, Skip, sometimes if you're a doctor, you could retire and still do a little work on the side. If you're a lawyer, you say, you know what, I can still do a little pro bono work even though I'm not in the full-time capacity. Ain't no part-time NFL player. You either all in or you all the hell out. Ain't no in-between of this. Especially if you play that position at the level in which he's played, Skip. Nothing less than being top would suffice for him.
He likes to play some off-season golf, but he's not like your older brother.
No.
Your older brother is obsessed.
Yes.
I've got some of that in me.
Yeah.
He doesn't have any of that.
Or like a Tony Romo.
This won't. Golf can't scratch the itch that he's going to have to compete.
No.
Maybe he'll find something else to compete in that I don't know.
Skip,
but
in the camaraderie.
Yeah.
The locker room, the relationship. Skip, where you going to be getting? Okay, that's calling. But to be around the guy, Skip, he's been around guys in locker rooms 4 years of high school, 4 years of college, 22 NFL seasons. So basically 30 plus, almost, 30 years, Skip.
Yep, I
He's
agree.
been in the locker room.
Okay.
Now, ain't no more locker room. Now, it's a whole different, the guys laughing and joking. You on the bus, you on the plane playing cards, y'all playing jokes on each other, all that stuff.
There's no more mountains to climb like that one.
No.
And to me, I'm going to reiterate the fact, Pro Football Focus graded him #1 among quarterbacks this year in the entire NFL at 44. Pro Football Focus said he should be far and away, that's their quote, MVP of this year.
Yeah.
Aaron's going to win it. Aaron Rodgers will win it, I'm pretty sure.
Right.
You thought Aaron should win it, but my point is he at least had an MVP caliber season.
Skip, the man threw for the third most yards in NFL history.
Okay.
He led the league in touchdown passes. Clearly he can come back and play. I'm not saying he can go back and throw for another 5,000 or lead the league in touchdown passes again. Who knows? He might.
Yeah. And even though he got off to a rocky start in the home playoff game against the Rams, that was the #1 defense in the league, graded by Pro Football Focus. He roared back, scored 24 unanswered in the second half, threw for 125 yards in the fourth quarter, including that dime that he dropped to Mike Evans up the right sideline for a touchdown. And yet they gave up the Cooper Kupp throw at the end of the game. He was running a decoy route, and that's what lost the game. So Tom didn't lose the game in the second half. They had one big defensive zero blitz sort of meltdown. That's what it was. It was a meltdown, and that lost the game. And yet, back to the injuries, I don't know that he had any bad injuries. He took Von Miller's helmet up under the chin. It split his lip.
He's taken 1,000 of those in his career.
1,000 of those. So my point is, I don't know that he had any concussion issues because I couldn't see them.
Right.
I don't think he had any ribs or shoulders or anything that I know of. So you're pretty healthy, especially for age 44.
Right.
And you're coming off what you could argue was maybe your best year ever.
Yeah.
Okay.
At least a top 3.
Top 3 year ever. So there's no decline. There's no drop off. To your point, nobody's saying, hey, that looks like that should be the end. There's no reason for him to walk away unless his fire went out for it. I can't imagine
I don't believe his fire went out, Skip.
Yeah.
It's hard to dampen a fire that burns that bright. It's like these fires that happen out here, unfortunately, Skip. It takes months for you to put them out because they get so big.
That's a good analogy, actually.
That's the fire inside of him. At some point in time, Skip, I mean, it's never a good time. No. It really isn't when you're still playing at that level.
Agreed. Man, I'm going to miss the guy.
I'm going to miss him, too.
Yep.
But I'm going to miss... now how you going to get due? Huh? How you going to get due up out of me now? There's one guy you don't bet against.
There's this kid named Joe Burrow.
Oh, now you don't. Tell me. Oh, so now you a Joe Burrow fan.
I've been a Joe Burrow fan.
You don't even know what Cincinnati is. You don't even wear a Cincinnati location.
I've been there many times.
Boy, I'm still processing all of this. Something about it actually being real and hearing it from Tom. It's crazy. He has given us so much. So
I'm mad at the rest of the league. Y'all couldn't even make that man retire. He had to walk away to save y'all.
Thank you for watching. You can subscribe here to get the latest from the show, and be sure to check out more of the best clips from Undisputed, or go watch a few other segments from our other shows on FS1.